Hello and welcome to Simon's Trading Channel. My name is Simon. This is my daily Bitcoin price action analysis. Happy Saturday to you, start of the weekend, and I hope you're enjoying yours after, I'm sure, a busy week. Anyway, before we get straight into the price action, just want to remind you this is not financial advice. Okay, this is a 4 hour, which I'll come back to in a moment, but just a quick reminder of what the weekly is looking like. And it's looking a bit red with 1 day and 8 hours to go. Will that turn green or will it stay red? I think it'll stay red, but there you go. And it looks a bit like an indecision candle to me, but I don't trade candles, so that's merely an observation. But what a beautiful uptrend that's still very much robust on those higher time frames. So coming down to the 4 hour, as you can see, I haven't put any lines on today, just for a bit of a change. And if you look at this whole sort of section of price action with the uptrend followed by what does look now like a pullback, but with a downtrend element to it, and you can certainly now pop a trend line on. Well, I am going to draw a trend line on that looks probably something like this. Now, that in no way determines what the price will do, because it might just bum on sideways, or indeed come down or bounce straight back up. But for now, this is a sequence of lower highs, and I say that it's a sequence of 1, 2 lower highs on the 4 hour. You can see on the hourly, from this high, 1, 2, count that as 1, 3, and then maybe another one in the making. So yeah, a lower time frame downtrend, but clearly a pullback within an uptrend. So the reason why I think this has probably got a bit more legs than, say, for example, this dip down straight back up, is you can see there's a different formation to it with an impulsive move to the downside, followed by probably a corrective upside move. That would suggest more downside price action. And based on that theory, clearly it's not evidenced until it occurs, then based on that, then further downside would appear to be the more likely occurrence in the short term. Certainly not in the long term, unless this ends up way down here. And when I mean way down there, I mean below 53,000. But at the moment it's not. It's clearly miles away from there. So a more reasonable area to look at, should this continue on down, which it looks like it will at the moment, but that is not set in stone, would be somewhere from 64.5, somewhere in that kind of region. And I've mentioned that number several times in the last few weeks' price action analysis videos. This is definitely an area that comes down to maybe 63, but somewhere around there. That would look good for support, and therefore, a bouncing or a re-establishment of an uptrend. Below there, then, then there's, again, another area somewhere between sort of 59, really, to 57. And then below there, well, let's not talk about that because it's not pertinent for now anyway. And the counter argument is as per yesterday, really. And this didn't occur yesterday, and I did have it as one of my criteria for Bitcoin to resume its uptrend. And that would be 4 hour and no less closure back above basically 70,000. This isn't a hard, I wouldn't have this as like a serious support resistance line. Serious is the wrong term. It's more of a mid-range support resistance line, but you know, I've got it on there as a support resistance line. I don't really know what I'm talking about. Ignore the last 10 seconds. The bottom line, I'm saying line a lot, for me personally, is 4-hour closures back above 70, and then it's probably back to business as usual and continuation of the uptrend. So up until it does that, that should be treated as a resistance area, and that combined with the current short-term trend of lower highs would point towards more price action to the downside on the lower time frames, and I mean lower up to weekly, basically, sort of daily. Yeah, and we'll see what happens. You know, if this weekend proves to be a bit of a sideways consolidation, then I still think as long as there are no 4-hour closures above 70,000, it's more likely to open up next week with a downside move, and then start to look at things again around 64.5. So if we were just to have, or if I was just to have a bit of fun here for a second and do a predictive line of meaningness, it might do something like this. Oh, lost the line. Into the early week. Like that. Maybe end the week back down here. And that would potentially be 2 red weeks. And then maybe some upside, maybe a bounce from there. So I'm going to leave you with that lovely little ridiculous prediction. And what I can say with certainty is whatever happens, it probably won't look like that. But that's just an idea that I thought I'd do. So there you go. In summary, Bitcoin for more upside, 4-hour closures back above 70. Next target to the downside comes in around 64.5. If you are looking for more upside, what you don't want Bitcoin to do is start closing any higher time frames below 61, because from there, there's basically a free ride down to here with a little pause halfway. So there you go. That's the price action today. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and if you have, do me a favor, like and subscribe. And if you didn't enjoy it, no worries, but don't come back tomorrow because I'll be doing it again. All right, take care and see you tomorrow.